Hi, my name is Trisha, and today I'm going to be bringing you my third video using the TRX suspension trainer system. In my other two videos, if you joined me, I did a full workout where we were facing away from the anchor point, a full workout where we were actually facing the anchor point, which it is up there. This time, this third video, we're going to put our feet in and we're going to do everything down on the ground in different plank positions. I will say this is pretty challenging. This is pretty taxing on the core. And if you start to feel any type of low back pain, I would encourage you to either take a break, we can modify some things, but make sure if you're definitely feeling low back more than you actually are feeling your core, maybe your arms, your shoulder blades, it is time to take a break. You should not be feeling any pain in that low back area. So just like with any of the other videos, make sure you are cleared, you are ready to go for exercise by a doctor, and we are going to get started. I'm going to show you 4 different moves using this with our feet in. The first round will be pretty slow, introductory, walking you through, and then we're going to do 2 more rounds, picking up the pace a little bit and getting our heart rate up, getting the workout in that you guys all want. So I'm going to show you how to first get your feet in here. I will show you 2 different methods, so choose whichever one works for you, whichever one is easier. I will show you the one that I often use. This one is always easier for me. I just reach behind, facing away on my knees. I grab it, so we're actually going to put our feet in the loop. You have the handle here, and your foot is going to go below that in the loop. So I reach behind, I get 1 foot in there with my shoelaces down. I plant this knee. You will feel that strap pull a little bit. Put my hand here, put my other foot in, and then you just have to make sure you get those straps nice and even. Because if we want to get into a plank position, you don't want to be off balance. Let me show you what that looks like. Your feet are going to be pretty off balance like that. So make sure whatever technique you use before you actually get into the move, we need to get those feet even, aligned throughout those straps. So once you're here in that position, our first move, we are going to come up to a high plank or a push-up position, and we are just going to hold. So this becomes a full body exercise. If you've done planks before and you've done them effectively, you know it gets a heart rate up, you know you're working a full body. This suspension system is a little more challenging because now you've lost your ground contact with your feet, which should engage your abs even more. Anytime you take one limb off the ground, you have to stabilize somehow, and the way to do that is your core. So I'm going to put my hands directly underneath my shoulders. I'm going to come up into that push-up position. I'm going to level out my feet here, and I'm going to hold. So when you're ready, come up and join me. If you feel a little unsteady, if you've done this for the first time, no worries. We're just learning this first round. So you will see my whole goal is to keep my body nice and straight. I don't want my hips to come up. I don't want my knees sagging down. I don't want my head sagging down. I want to be that surfboard with a full straight alignment from the toes all the way to the feet. You can see I'm strong through those arms, strong through those shoulder blades. I'm feeling the abs. I'm feeling my quads, my thighs, my glutes. Everything is working here. Let's go. 5 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. I'm going to drop one knee and then the other. Shake those arms out a little bit. Our next move, we are going to come to a low plank. So we're going to be on our forearms. The elbow comes right underneath your shoulders now. Everything else with the body is going to stay the same. We just are now on the forearms, on the elbows, then instead of the hands. And I always get this question, which is easier, which is harder, as far as high plank or low plank. Honestly, I don't think there's an answer. I think it's per person and the way it depends on your body, maybe what you've practiced more. I don't think one is necessarily harder than the other. Some people think the low plank is, some people think the high plank is. I encourage you to do both. All right, we're gonna get set up here. My elbows are gonna come right underneath my shoulders. Again, make sure your feet get even when you kick back. So I have to do a little wiggle to make sure my feet are even. This one, make sure you're relaxed through the neck. It's easy to get your head down and feel it through the traps, through the neck. So really open up that chest, pull the head through, let your abs do the work and the tension, not your neck or your upper shoulders.
Everything is locked and loaded here. Abs are tight, glutes are tight, quads are tight. You want to feel those shoulder blades braced in the back as well. And we're taking good breaths. 10 seconds are left. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and release. I'm gonna take my feet out of here because I wanna show you the other way to get your feet in. We have 2 more moves down in that position, and we're gonna be back up in a push-up position. So let me show you the other way to get your feet in if you didn't necessarily like the way I showed you before. Another way to do it is to sit nice and close to the straps, face forward. Okay, you might be thinking, okay, well I need to be face down. Yeah, that's the interesting part of it. So I'm gonna scoot forward. I'm gonna put my left foot in the right strap and kind of get it locked in there. And then I'm gonna bring my other foot over and then I twist in, okay? So you actually kind of do a crisscross. You put your left foot in the right strap, bring your right foot over, and then twist to that direction. So again, either method is fine. Our next move, like I said, we're gonna be in high plank push-up position, and we're gonna do a double crunch, knees to chest. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Make sure the feet are even, same thing, you establish this perfect plank. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring those knees up to the chest, extend back out, establish that perfect plank. This one requires a lot of focus, a lot of balance. Bring those knees to the chest, those hips will lift up a little bit, extend, those hips drop back down to the perfect plank. This one is good to be slow and controlled. If you're kind of going fast like this, yeah, you might get that heart rate up a little bit, but you are not challenging your body and the stability to the full extent. You want to be able to hold your body position at every single point. So through this move, if I were to say freeze or freeze or freeze, you're able to hold your body at command and be able to brace yourself. So slow and steady is good. Let's go one more. Extend, lock, and brace. So on that, the importance is to always come back and establish that perfect plank. You lock in the back, bring those knees to your chest, lock in the back. And again, if on command I were to say freeze, freeze, you don't want to be going so fast that you lose control of your body. At any point, you should be able to pause and hold that body position. That's where the core comes in. That's where the balance, the stability comes in. Okay, take a deep breath. We have one more move. Similar to that, it becomes a mountain climber though. Single knee to the chest at a time. So if you've ever done mountain climbers, we're really gonna challenge it here with your feet in the straps. So you're gonna come up to push-up position again. Make sure the feet are even here. So what I'm gonna do, one knee comes in, extend, other knee comes in, extend. So again, I'm all about slow and controlled here. I will show you what I don't want. If you start going real fast, look at me, you probably can hear it too. Those straps are moving all over the place. So when you bring one knee in, the challenge is to keep equal tension on both straps so that it's not moving. So you're not pulling the strap down with each rotation or with each knee pull in. Again, slow, controlled. Establish that perfect plank in the back. One knee in towards the chest. You get fully extended and then you alternate. Back to perfect plank, last one, and relax. I'm gonna come up out of there. I'm gonna shake the arms out, roll those wrists out. That's one round through everything. So those are our 4 moves. We have the high plank hold, push-up position. We have the low plank hold. We have the double crunch in, double knee crunch, and then we have mountain climbers. Another thing I will tell you, if you're not used to being on your hands that much or in that position, if you start to feel your wrists really hurting or getting fatigued, you can try to move the placement of your hands, because if they're too far under your body, they're moving
a little too much. They're bending a little too much. So you might want to find a different angle for those hands. Obviously, where you're still in alignment, you can always come out, do a little wrist rotation. Some of it is just the tolerance. Of course, if you're not used to being in that position, it is going to take some time to work up the muscles, to work up the strength, to be able to hold it for a long time. So if you're not able to do the full time, no worries, drop down. You can always try to drop down and hold that low plank position if those wrists start giving out a little bit. Again, another caution, I don't want you feeling your low back. I want you feeling basically everything but your neck and your low back. You should be feeling shoulders, shoulder blades, abs, quads, glutes, maybe even calves if you're feeling those. All good, no low back, nothing up in the neck. Okay, so we're gonna get set again. Check those straps, make sure they're even. I'm gonna get in this version, get in your feet with whichever version you like. We are gonna repeat round 2. Our goal is 30 seconds of each move, starting with the high plank. Get set, take a deep breath, get those hands in position, and we are gonna start in 3, 2, 1, up and hold. We're here for 30 seconds. I'm focusing on my breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's almost like I'm pushing the ground away the whole time with my hands. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We're almost there. We have 5 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, roll those wrists out. We're gonna move quicker here in this round, so we're gonna go into the low plank again for 30 seconds. Getting those elbows right underneath your shoulders. We are gonna go here in 5 seconds. Get set, get in that position in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 30 seconds are holding. Focus on those breaths. Feel like you're bracing your abs, like somebody could not come and push you over. That's how strong, that's how locked you are. We are almost there. Give me 5 seconds here. And release. I'm gonna keep my feet in here. I'm just gonna come up to my knees. Again, I'm gonna roll those hands out, maybe shake that arm out a little bit. We're going to those double crunches. I am not concerned with how many reps you do in this time frame, so don't feel like you need to rush and get as many reps in as possible. Again, these moves are more about control, about stability. So you wanna be able to maintain the perfect form, the perfect body position all the way through these next exercises. We are gonna go for 30 seconds. We want perfect reps. We are gonna start here in 3, 2, 1, knees to chest. Lock that perfect plank in the back. Knees to chest, lock that perfect plank. You'll see my hips come up. When my knees come up, my hips go back down when my legs. So you don't wanna keep your hips up, okay? You wanna drop those hips down into that perfect plank when your legs extend back. We're almost there. 1 more rep to go in this time. Extend and release. Nice, nice, nice. We're almost through round 2. We have 1 more exercise. Mountain climbers are left. Take a deep breath. We're up on those hands. Hands directly underneath your shoulders. We're doing mountain climbers. Again, I'm not worried about reps here. I want control. I want perfect reps. We are gonna start here in 5. We're gonna get set, mountain climbers. Ready, and go. 1 leg comes in, extend back. So you're not gonna move the other leg until you're back to the very start with both legs straight. Slow and controlled. Again, you'll see my hip lifts up a little bit. I extend it back down when my legs extend to establish that perfect plank again. We're almost there. Last one, and release. I'm gonna come out of the straps. I'm gonna shake it out. Take some deep breaths, grab a drink of water if you need it. We've done 2 full rounds of these exercises. I hope the abs are on fire. I love using these suspension systems for ab workouts. It gives you such a different feel than if you've never done it before. Again, you lose that sense of balance with the ground. So as soon as those legs are kind of suspended up, that's where those abs have to fire and lock to keep your body in check and to keep your body stable. So I love using these. There's so many more exercises you can do. I'm giving you 4 of the most common, 4 of the best ones to begin with and start with. So here's our challenge. We have 1 more round to go through. We are going to try to go through non-stop. Again, if you're feeling pain, please stop yourself. If those wrists are giving you too much trouble, go ahead and drop and try to hold that low plank position. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into high plank. We're gonna bring it down to low plank. If you can do it without bringing your knees to the ground, that is a benefit. Try it, okay? So we're in push-up position, gonna try to drop right down into low plank and then come right back up for our 2 ab exercises. It's gonna go quickly. We're gonna go only 20 seconds at each move. The second round you did 30. So 20 seconds, but no breaks in between. That's our challenge for this 3rd and final round, and then we're gonna get some good stretches in. Okay, join me when you're ready. Again, I'm gonna get my feet in, making sure straps are even once I get into that position. Shoelaces are down, even out those straps. We are gonna go 20 seconds at each spot. I will let you know when to switch. No breaks in between. Let me just show you what it looks like before you start about how to go into low back into high plank. So if I'm here, okay, and then I want to go to low plank, you have to balance on one arm, drop it down, drop it down. Your legs might swing a little bit, but try to stop them as fast as you can, and then you're gonna have to come up and up, okay? It is challenging. Try it if you can. Okay, 20 seconds all the way through. Get set, we're in push-up position first. We are gonna start here. 5 seconds. All right, ready? And go. Up, 20-second hold. Next move is gonna be the low plank. I will let you know when to switch. Focus on the breath. Focus on that form, those abs locking. 4 moves total. 5 more seconds left. 3, 2, 1, low plank. Drop it down. Stop your legs from swinging, brace, and we're on. 1 down, 3 to go. The next move is that double crunch. We're gonna come back up into high plank, push-up position. In 3, 2, 1, come back up. Stop the swinging, knees to chest. Perfect plank. Lock it out in the back. We are so close. Fight for it. Those abs should be on fire. Next is mountain climbers in 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers, 1 knee at a time. Slow and controlled. You can do it. Fight for this last exercise right here. We have 5 seconds left. 1 more on each leg if you can. Last rep, and release. Oh, I hope you got a little bit out of breath. I know it doesn't look like you're doing much, but your body is really working. Your whole body is working to control and keep your balance. Catch your breath. Roll those wrists out a little bit. We're gonna do some wrist stretches here, forearm stretches. The less your body moves, the more you're gonna feel your body lock as well. So if your legs aren't swinging all over the place, if you're going slow and controlled, you're not just driving your knees in and out. If you're going really slow and controlled, kind of the less your body is moving, the more quiet your body is, the more your abs are really working. So it might not look like you're doing a lot, but the slower, the better for these moves. Okay, I'm gonna show you a stretch here on the ground for these wrists, for these forearms. So I'm gonna flip my fingers back facing me, and I'm gonna try to push my whole palm to the ground. I'm just seated here doing it. So if your wrists were really giving you trouble, this might be a really good stretch. I'm stretching all the way up through here, through my forearms. If you can't quite get your palms to the ground, that's okay. See if you can't feel the stretch. If you can't fully rotate those fingertips back, that's okay. Do what you can. I don't want it to be painful, but I want it to feel like a good stretch. Hold here. Keep taking those deep breaths. Let's do one more deep breath. And then I am going to put my hands forward here. I'm going to kind of put them on the side, and I'm going to push the ground away. Here, get a little stretch through here, and release. Roll them out. Those forearms, those wrists might really be tight. Again, like I said, if you haven't done those type of moves before, and that's okay. Seated up nice and tall. Let's take one arm across the chest. Again, you can get a nice little wrist stretch through here, wrist rotation, I should say. Just working on those breaths. Switch, other arm. And then I'm gonna do a stretch, more of a yoga stretch, not necessarily a TRX stretch, or what you can do it in there. We're not gonna do that today. But we're gonna do upward dog if you're familiar with that, trying to stretch out those abs. I know I'm getting you back on your wrists again, so if they're too painful, don't worry about it. But if you can, and if your low back doesn't have pain, put your hands right by your ribs and lift your chest off the ground. What you're trying to feel here is those abs elongating and stretching out. And again, we're trying to stay relaxed through the neck. Bring that heart rate down nice and slowly. Chest is open, shoulder blades are pulled back, and we're trying to stretch those abs out. One more deep breath, and we're gonna sit back into child's pose. Hips go back towards your heels, arms are outstretched here. Take some deep breaths. One more deep breath. And then come on up to a seated position. One more stretch. I'm gonna reach my arms behind the back, clasp them together, pull my hands down, and roll my shoulders back. You can kind of roll that head around a little bit if you have any neck tightness. A couple deep breaths here, and release. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. This was my third video using the TRX suspension. I will probably say this was the most challenging of all the others. So if you're watching this and you haven't tried the other videos, we are standing up in those. So I would encourage you to try those videos as well. There's so many exercises to do with this. It's such a great piece of equipment. So stay tuned for some more of my videos. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you.